If Deshaun Watson can predict his future for the season, he is in store for big things. And given his history as a fortune teller, well, look out. Back in his high school days, he tweeted, "The Honey Badger entering the NFL draft next year. He needs to go to the Cardinals with Patrick Peterson. Too nasty. Hope he balls." Tyrann Mathieu has done just that, reunited with his LSU teammate in Arizona, and balled. So about Deshaun's own future, one that he has mapped out and discussed with our Matt Berry.
Deshaun Watson is the best dual-threat quarterback in college football.
Watson downfield, open receivers, Scott, touchdown, Clemson.
Watson does keep it and heads to the end zone.
Watson looks like he's playing 7-on-7.
And that was easy for Deshaun Watson.
All right, Deshaun, here we are inside the Bank of America Stadium. We were walking in. He said, "I've been in here before."
The quarterback keeps it, and why not just gallop in the end zone? Take a bow, Deshaun.
What's kind of the first name that comes to mind when you walk back into the stadium?
Just that night, winning the ACC championship and just bringing that a championship to Clemson University. And the whole, atmosphere of that night and just how that game went was special.
There's the story out there that back in 2012, you had taken a piece of paper before you started your collegiate career and you wrote down some goals that you wanted to accomplish in college football. Do you remember what those were?
I do. But the big things, win the Heisman, win the national championship, graduate in 3 years, have opportunity to be the #1 pick in the draft, big things like that. So, what all athletes want to do.
If I look at those goals, you're going to graduate in 3 years. You did start as a true freshman. You won a conference championship already. How hungry are you to get those other goals, the Heisman Trophy, the national championship, and be the #1 pick?
It's very humbling, and I'm very hungry for those opportunities, and I know it's right there in my hand, my stake. It's my time to go get it.
Yeah, I did want to point something out because you'd mentioned being a #1 overall pick. You'd mentioned winning a national championship, and you'd mentioned winning a Heisman Trophy. Right. The quarterback that plays inside this stadium, Cam Newton, has done all of those. Nick Saban recently compared you to Cam Newton.
That guy's the most significantly dominant player that we played against since Cam Newton in 2010.
What do you think of that comparison?
It was something that I've been compared to a lot since high school. Cam is one of the, my best friends and, big brother to me. And, I look up to that guy and watch him a lot. It's nice for, a coach like Nick Saban to compare me to a great athlete and, just a great person like Cam Newton. So, it's very special. I thank Nick, for that comment. And, it's just something I can take and run with it and, strive for it and create my own name and my own brand and try to do the same thing he did.
Forget what you do on the field. A lot of who you are is off the field. You're involved in Habitat for Humanity. If that stuff's important for you, why is it so important for you to get involved in the community at this age?
Because I know that's what kind of helped me to, strive to greater things and see, life in the bigger picture. And so that's what, I want to do, give back all the time. And it's just always great to give back, and especially with the position that I'm in, people look up to me. So I want to be sure that they have opportunity to, fulfill whatever dream they have.
I wonder, what can the youth learn from you? What can you teach them?
Just teach them to stay strong, believe in yourself, keep God first, and the world is open for great opportunities. So if you have the mindset and the great support cast around you, you can do anything you want to be or do in this world.
Well, he finished third in the Heisman voting last season, and this season he goes in as the favorite according to Westgate, 92 odds, slightly better than Christian McCaffrey and Leonard Fournette. As for Clemson, they're tied with Florida State for the second best odds to win the national title. Only, well, yes, Nick Saban and Alabama have better odds.